Well, that's some ominous music. Jesus. My investigation up to that point had led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted. That can be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could result in officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Oh, gotta play this safe. Oh, I don't like this music. Inside his traditional tea shop, it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Buy octopus balls. Fuck it. Hello there. Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. It will make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? I'm sure I'll take some. Yummy. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. God damn, my neurosis is going down further. Wait, is that good? Because it says I'm relaxed now. So I want my neurosis to go down. Neurosis is a bad thing, and the less I have of it, the better. Is what I'm gathering from this. I'm focused, professional, stable, and relaxed. Like, I'd say my stats are doing pretty good. All things considered. Hello, fellas. Tourists, most likely. You can hear them speaking English. Ugh, my English isn't great, so I doubt they'll be of much help. I wonder what they're talking about. Don't care enough. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. Let's just go in. Who are you? I'm a friend of Mai's. Yeah, don't mention anything about being a cop. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be her friend, to no doubt to get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read, that's all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard Mai crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here before I or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. Well, shit. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Maya will know how to soften her brother up. Don't bother my sister anymore. Okay, well, I'm gonna go visit your sister then. Go away, no visitors. Kind of figured as much, but I thought I should probably select the option. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found my big brother, alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family's been acting so strangely. Even my own brother's keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. The dark. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito.
If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. If you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything else. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No, no, no more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and aware than happy and ignorant.
That's fair.
Before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai.
What's this?
A dead crow lies in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay. It's covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating its remains.
Oh, that's great.
I said no visitors, leave me alone.
Grandma, it's me. Please open the door.
Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in.
And then she's like,
You! Wait, what is she doing here?
It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help.
Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something, and you were going to free me from the past.
Free you? Are you talking about the mask?
Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin, dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place, where those we've lost reside. I'm so old, and I've wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her.
Emiko. You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born.
Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. Even if it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine.
No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will.
Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know, your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough.
You don't know anything about me. And besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family.
Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi
and Izanami? I've heard the names.
Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going.
Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be useful for this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the Kami. According to legend, it was drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realm of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the Kami of Fire, she was horribly burned and suffered mortal wounds.
Oh god, burned while giving birth. That's... oof, yikes.
As she lay dying, faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering.
Okay.
Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable. In his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love.
Oh god.
Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yami no Kuni, the land of the dead. Distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and asked the gods of Yami no Kuni for permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see her, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world. Yet, resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop.
Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things.
The story might be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, and then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her.
No, Grandma. I told you already, I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal.
Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too.
No! Stop. I'll tell you how your parents... how they...
You can't, can you? You never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked.
Oh, Mai, please. You must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see?
They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon.
Don't go. Please.
Goodbye, Grandma.
Oof. That's a lot to take in. Anyway, let's go see Takashi.
I'm sorry, she's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story?
I mean, it seemed pretty obvious about the loved one trying to take their lost loved one back from the dead. Like, I mean, it seemed pretty obvious what she was trying to get at. She's like, listen, it might be possible to do it, but you're probably going to regret it more than you think. Like, that's... And there's probably, you know, other moral lessons in that story as well, but like there was a very obvious, you know, connection she was trying to get across there. At least that's the way I saw it anyway.
About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi.
Whoa, where do you think you're going?
Maya and I are leaving. What of it?
Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother, and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were. I wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but it must be pretty bad if she called.
Maya's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go.
Nope, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere.
Use violence? Nope. I'm not gonna have a choice, am I?
Ugh, I think I'm wearing gloves. This is better work.
Gonna fucking chuck a dead crow at him. Show dead bird. Oh. My God.
I told you about how I don't like about the blood and
Blood's not really my thing. You see, the germs and... okay, I'm dizzy. I'm a little dizzy. Just going to... Oh dear, did he just faint? Sure, looks like it. He'll be fine. It's gonna move on.
Yeah, see, I'm like, no. Violence is the quick and easy way of getting around this. We're gonna do this properly. Alright, Takashi. Mai? What are you doing here? Did she make you come?
It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to go talk to you, but you sent her away.
This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely if you needed to talk to me, you'd come yourself.
No. If I came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see.
See? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away!
So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me.
That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place?
Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito.
Mai, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you.
You're wrong. Back in April, when Maya was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was looking for. A mask your family is connected to.
Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past from you.
The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad?
Yes, and so much more. Ooh, much more? Go on. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were even born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult named the Kamenkai. Yeah, Kamenkai. Of which our parents were members. Oh. A cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. It was a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simple life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and careers to follow this mystic and live at a compound. The Kamenkai was one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but when I think about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was at the compound. Why they had it or what they believed it could do, I don't know.
Do you think there are any members of the Kamenkai left who would know?
No. You see, there are no surviving members. Some Heaven's Gate type shit, I'm guessing? They died. All of them. Including our parents. I'm sorry I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room while we were sleeping and said we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms, and me trailing behind. Once we were back in Tokyo, several days later, Grandma told me our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad, as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak about it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that had happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it wasn't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring what happened couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Kamenkai than I did studying. I thought if I could understand what my parents willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace.
Mom and Dad died while part of some cult? I don't believe it.
It's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of this shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it a secret. There's no way we could live normal lives with the stigma of the Kamenkai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers holding nothing but the mask, the same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life.
That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place.
I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never asked. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it.
Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom? In the sewers? I don't remember any of this.
You were in the dorms at school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of any use to you.
I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Mai, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own.
Ito's right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't get involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I had lost you the day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now.
Alright. Thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai.
You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here, so there's no need to be coy. No doubt possessing that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have imagined on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wooden paint, though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in? An old historian named Yasuhisa is there, occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he might be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally about other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information.
Hopefully you can shed some light on what it really is.
I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. I will attempt to be